Hello, welcome to a sketchbook tour. I'm very excited to get into this today because it's been at least 2 months since I finished it. I've already started working in my new sketchbook, and you can see the video where I kind of broke into it right here. So I worked on it for about a year. I started it in probably January 2024, and I'm pretty sure I finished it in January 2025. This book is a Royal Talons art creation sketchbook, my favorite of all time. This is the same brand that I'm working in right now. The cover of this one is special because it's made out of kind of a craft paper, so you can really go ham and customize it. I put some stickers and I drew with markers. As you can see, this is the 8th sketchbook, and this is since 2017. So I fill in maybe one sketchbook at most a year. It takes me a really long time. I'm really slow with sketchbooks. It was even worse when I worked in animation because I didn't have as much time to draw for myself. I don't know why I didn't write down a date because I usually do, but I can see in pencil I started writing a date, and I believe that might be 25th of like January maybe, or maybe February, I'm not sure. So this spread is one of many projects that I started and then immediately abandoned. I wanted to do a stop motion animation with paper cutouts, kind of inspired by the makeover flash games that I played as a child. I started doing the character here and thumbnailing a bunch of things, and then I ended up not going through with it, so that's unfortunate, but that's how my brain works. I was clearing out my old planners from college, and I cut out the little doodles and notes that I wanted to keep. I stuck them in here, and that's what this page is. This is just a bunch of doodles. I bet you can hardly see anything. This is a spread that I made based on a Muppet OC that I created. She's kind of a traditional goth slash punk chick. Another one of those pages where I just stuck a bunch of old doodles. A lot of these are from way back when I started studying animation, so a lot of this isn't even how I draw anymore, so it's really interesting to look back. I don't even really know what this is, honestly. I was planning to do a collage of a house, and that's how far I got, so I wasn't very interested at this point. I just gave up. Here's another collage thing that I actually ended up carrying through. It's not great. I'll put the results on screen if I still have it. That was inspired, just like the first spread that I showed you, by the flash games from my childhood. I believe these are from the book Vision. I was trying to simplify lighting and how it relates to shapes. These are portraits I made based on photos on Pinterest. I have a few spreads of this. I was trying to push myself to draw features that were more exaggerated, like the big nose, because I often find myself wanting to do things too realistically, wanting to be too accurate, and it ends up not looking as interesting. This kind of exercise is very helpful if you're getting into character design. And I forgot to mention that in the beginning, but one of my goals for this sketchbook was to... And I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the sketchbook, but one of my goals for it was to get better at characters. And then this spread here is that I took some of the characters that I really liked from these pages, and I traced them onto Duralar paper, which is kind of an acetate, and I tried to exaggerate the features even more and then cleaned up the lines, added some smudging effects, and I really like the way this style looks. This page is inspired by a video from an artist, a video that I watched a while ago, and I'm so sorry, but I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. I probably watched that one-off video, got really inspired, and did this technique that they were talking about. It's basically putting like a blob of gouache and then drawing a landscape on top, and I'm not that great at landscapes, so I wanted to try it out, and this is how it turned out. The reference for this page was a book that I own. It has a bunch of historical pictures from Quebec. And this page is from back when my partner would take me to open mics. I brought my watercolors with me and I would doodle while listening to people play music. It was really fun. Here I just drew some spirits from Japanese mythology having a party. You've got the fox, you've got the kappa, and you have the tanuki. Here I was inspired by the concept art for Steven Universe, and I was trying to concept art my way through a comic project that I started a long time ago and once again never finished. This spread is just a little kitty having fun at the fair. These are doodles that I made using a brush pen and highlighters. And here I drew some kitties. I basically put down some green highlighter and watered it down to make blobs, and then I went on top with a brush pen. Here is actual watercolor, and so is this spread. I was inspired by the artist Père Fleur. I have no idea how their name is pronounced because it's an English word with a French word, and I'm sorry. But once again, I was inspired by a video of them, and I decided to try and paint like them. I drew first with pastel, and then I went with ink on top, and I was supposed to scratch out the shape of the bird like this, but I got lazy, so I never did that, and then I only went back to scratch in some art once my sketchbook was complete, and I started feeling bad that it wasn't actually complete, so... And this is in the same vein as these previous pages. I was using the same color and the same techniques to draw some kitties with some negative space, and honestly, I really like the style. I'm gonna skip this spread because it's not safe for work. Yeah. This is another page that I cheated. I had already done the blobs in gouache, and I was planning on doing the same thing that I did in the previous page, but then I bended it, did nothing with this page, and because I felt bad, I went back with acrylic markers and added the details that are now on this page. But once again, this is something that I did very recently. I like this spread a lot because it reminds me not only of summer, but also the beginning of my relationship with my partner. Like, basically the beginning of this sketchbook almost documents our like doodle dates that we did. And so this one we went to a cafe, and this page here is me experimenting with light and trying to get a cool effect. So these doodles are fan art for my partner's game that they're working on. These are characters from the game. And I was planning on making a really big, complex piece. I never ended up doing it, of course, but I had a lot of fun working on this nonetheless, and honestly, I'd be more than happy to pick that project back up. These are little cats inspired by brunch items. I think this is a cinnamon roll. This is my favorite, blueberry pancakes. Maybe ham and cheese croissant, I'm not sure. Egg on toast, maybe. And this is salmon with cream cheese bagel, I believe. I'm not sure. This spread is documenting my weekend, the 3rd and the 4th of August. I was both at the Otakuthon and the Goth Fest with my partner. So I did a little collage here, and then here I drew a bunch of things from the weekend. And here I started brainstorming a character for a magical girl themed RPG that we were supposed to make with my partner. We started working on it, but we haven't finished it. And I guess you could say at this point it's pretty much a theme, me picking up projects and never getting through them. More doodles and stickers. Oh yeah, and this is in September when I quit my animation job. This is another page that I did while at a cafe with watercolors. Now on this page I was brainstorming a book project, and I'm not quite ready to talk about it yet, so any pages that mention this project I will skip. Don't hate me, maybe it will come eventually, but for now I'm keeping it a secret. This is a page that I did when I came back from shopping one day, and I documented my haul. This page was supposed to be my video about why I quit the industry, and I did a big whoopsie and lost most of the footage, so I had to redo it, but the art was already made and I really liked the way it turned out. So this is a print that you can buy, actually. Now this is the illustration that I did for that video that I was talking about. You can find it on my channel. This is a spread that I did with crayons. I was watching the new animated Garfield movie and I was drawing along with what I was seeing on screen. This is another spread that I did with crayons. I was trying out this cutesy Halloween kind of look. This spread is from around the time that I was starting to make products for my shop. I was preparing to apply for a Valentine's Day market. Yes, way back in, I think this is November, maybe October. But since I had to start from the ground up, I didn't have anything. I didn't have stickers, I didn't have prints, so I had to plan all of this. And if you're familiar with my fruit cat stickers, these are the OGs. These I made with marker paper and tape. And as you can see, they don't last a very long time. They end up smudging and they fade, so of course I needed to upgrade them, so I got them professionally done, but I reused the same concept. And here are thumbnails for the first print that I did. I was also noting how much it would cost me to make and how much money I would need to make at the market to make back my costs. More thumbnails from my shop. This was for my logo. This is just a spread of little guys. They make me happy, and at this time of year, my mental health is starting to decline, and I just needed to draw something that makes me happy, so... These are thumbnails for a piece that I did for my mom's present for Christmas. I started earlier because I wanted to have enough time to carry out my vision. What I ended up going with is that I did a bunch of stamps inspired by places that she went to on trips. I'm gonna put what the final piece ended up looking like. Here are thumbnails for a video that I did where my cat picks my art supply. I didn't show the thumbnails in the video, but you can go check out what the final piece ended up looking like. I wasn't too happy with my cat selection for me, but I think I ended up pulling through. This is based on a photo of Bob Dylan and one of his girlfriends, I guess. I was preparing, once again, for my markets. I knew that I wanted to do portrait commissions, and I was testing out to see how long it would take me to do full color illustrations. I'm gonna cover this part because, once again, it's not safe for work. These are doodles that I did trying to figure out how I wanted to draw this character here that I did. I wanted to do kind of like a spicy Christmas illustration. And here is my new obsession. So I got some Artex markers. They're acrylic paint markers with a brush tip for Christmas, and I absolutely love them. Here I was swatching them, of course, and then I tested them out here. That's another illustration that I did with these markers. I use them all the time now, as you can see. Still using them here. Here I was trying to update my commission sign for markets, so that's what I was trying to figure out. More random doodles. I think this is from a market that I did in January that was very slow. If that's the case, I did a whole video talking about it, so I'm gonna link it if you're interested. But I was feeling very sad, as you can see, and I was taking notes here of my experience. Pretty sure that also was from the same market. Here I was experimenting with Duralar, acrylic paint markers, and coloring pencils. I posted this on my Instagram because I quite like the way it looks, but I'm not sure that I managed to achieve the effect that I wanted. I wanted something a little like blurry, dreamy, and it's kind of cute, but I'm still not too sure about that. I tried again with this one, which is more of like a collage type of thing, with layers. Here I decided to draw some custom LPS designs. I just love LPS so much, I always have, and I made this into a real LPS custom, so it's really cool to have like a physical, real-life version of this. And now we're at the end, and of course, like I said, I didn't even write down when I finished it, but I'm pretty sure it was like February or January, I'm not sure. I actually had the ambition to finish it before January 1st, and I didn't manage to do that, so yeah, that's it. that's my 8th sketchbook. I'm really excited to show you my next one that I'm working on. Like I said, have been working a lot with my Artex paint markers, and I really like the things that I've made this far, so can't wait to show you that. So I hope you have found this interesting, entertaining, or maybe even perhaps inspiring. Like I said, I'm gonna link all the videos that I mentioned somewhere so you can go check them out. My next sketchbook tour is definitely gonna be in a long time, but I'm happy that this one is finally out. So once again, I hope you have enjoyed this sketchbook tour, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Stinkies!